So I wanted to make a cute beach cover-up situation, but I had never made a pattern from this website before, and I wanted to test it. So follow along with me in the process of testing this pattern to make. A couple of things that I would do differently if I did this again, and I probably will do this again for real. I would definitely iron, really press my seams with a real iron, finish the hems correctly, and make sure that the weight of whatever beads I put on do not weigh the dress down. Enjoy! So to make this pattern, I went on Bootstrap Fashion and I found this really cute pattern. I entered my measurements, I added seam allowance, and it came out to $5.50. They sent it to me within 30 minutes. It was really easy. I printed it, I taped it together, and here I am cutting the pattern pieces. So there's two side pieces, a back and a front. Here they are all finished. Then I started marking my seam allowances. The way I do that is I take my rotary cutter and I just cut straight along the seam allowance line, and then it opens it up so that I can just like draw with my heat erasable pen in those lines. Then I started marking my darts, which I also marked the same way I did my seam allowances. And I'm putting the pins directly through so they come out the other side and it goes line to line. I then like kind of change the way I'm holding these when I'm actually sewing them. But you can see them here, and it comes right out the other side. Here I am just sewing the darts, just doing it, sewing them. I did one side, and then I switched to the other side. Just sewing the darts. Here the darts finished, so that is the right side out right now. And then I put my side pieces on top of my front piece. So that was the back, this is the front. And I'm just pinning them together, or clipping them together rather, right sides together. Making sure everything is really, really lined up correctly. I did one side, and then when you flip it open, you'll see what it looks like in real life. And then you want to do the same thing to the other side. So there with just a regular straight stitch. And that's what it looks like when it's done being sewn. I'm just pressing it flat, making sure there's no wrinkles. And then I'm going to press the seams open just with my fingers. Next, I made these little strips. I just folded the fabric right sides together and turned it inside out. And I attached it to the seam, if you will, along the edges of the front piece. And from there, I created these little, I don't know, beaded things with little circles, hoops, if you will, on the end. And I'm just encasing the strip that I already sewed one side of it to the seam, and then I'm putting the other side of that strip in there as well, after looping the strip through the hoop. I hope this makes sense. I then sewed everything with a straight stitch straight down the side to encase it all in after folding it over to the wrong side. After that, I decided that I wanted to do a tube top situation, strapless. So I measured around my high bust area, and then I just cut a strip of fabric that was the length of the circumference of the high bust plus a little bit of seam allowance. And then I made it long enough that it would fold over. So I think I did like about 15 inches wide. And then that way I could fold it over and it would be like, 6 or 7 inches long once folded. I then sewed just a straight stitch all the way along, right sides together, the long way, and then I turned it inside out. Then I took that band and I turned it out and then sewed a straight stitch down the side to encase it. Then I took the right side down of the front piece and folded it over so that the wrong side of the whole piece is up, but those little 2 points from the pattern piece itself were right side up. So the piece itself is wrong side up, but then you have the points that are right side up. And then I attached the band wrong side out, right side down to that. And I did a straight stitch all the way along, making sure to mark the middle and to line it up correctly with the middle. Then I just took the hem and did a double fold. So I folded it once and then folded it again, making sure everything was straight. And I did a straight stitch across the bottom of the front piece and the back piece. Then I decided I wanted to add a zipper because it was super duper tight and this fabric has absolutely no stretch. And I was scared that the beads were going to pop off, and in fact they did. So I cut straight down the middle on that seam on the back and attached my zipper. So this is a really cute beach cover-up. I'm wearing a bathing suit in these pictures. I think it came out kind of cute. I would never wear this out of the house as it was, a test with this pattern, but I do think that it has potential. I hope you liked it.